So, you want to know who the real Chad is, huh? Is it Urdnot Rex, Krogan Battlemaster, Curer of the Genophage, Uniter of Warriors? Or is it Urdnot Grunt, the perfect Krogan, unstoppable soldier, the ultimate Darwin of his people? Or finally, is it Nakmor Drak, oldest Krogan to have ever lived, slayer of 1,000 years, the never-ending warrior? No, it's none of them. It's instead the legendary figure known as Shath Norda. Now you see, Shath Norda is a Krogan who, like all Krogans, wish to enter their version of Valhalla in death. Their version is called Krubin. Krubin is where the greatest of Krogan warriors go, where they live, fight, and dine on the endless entrails of their enemies. Truly metal as fuck. But you see, Krubin is a planet. That is right. It is right next to Tuchanka. Krubin is much like Venus of our solar system. It's got a pretty poetic name for a planet with a lot of lore. But the planet's hostile as fuck. It will kill you. Krubin has an atmosphere of pure sulfur and seems to possess an acidic ground qualities, as ships that literally land on it corrode, and upon entering the atmosphere, usually people suffocate. So how does Shath Norda fit into all of this crazy lore that I just gave you? Well, you see, the Solarians, when they took the first Krogans off of Tuchanka to help fight the Rachni Wars, the Krogan passengers were talking to the drivers like, hey, can you bring us to Krubin first? The Solarians were confused. They were looking at their passengers, and they told them, like, this planet is a death trap. Either way, the Krogan visited the planet anyways, and summarily died. In fact, all Krogan who visit this planet die. So why do they do this? Well, to the Krogan, it's the best way to test one's toughness, to prove to all other Krogan that they are the baddest, meanest Krogan alive. Their adolescents, they prove themselves in battle, but the men, they must prove themselves in survival. True Chads, you just gotta love the Krogan. So Shath Norda, a Krogan who dreamed of the stars and spent days fighting amongst the destroyed planet of Tuchanka, slaying Krogan after Krogan. One day, no one really knows why, he decided to visit the planet Krubin. Gotta test himself. Whether it was a point of survival for his clan to prove their worth, or whether he was simply just bored one day and decided to put his life in danger, it's not up for me to say. But travel to Krubin he did. Before leaving his ship, he did as all the other previous Krogan had done. He got naked, stood in his airlock, ready for the amount of suck he was about to be in. Slamming the door open, he stood on Krubin's surface and basked in its hostile air, feeling the gravity of the planet break every single bone in his body. He stood as all 4 of his lungs shriveled with death and decay as the sulfur vapors were inhaled. There he was, Shath Norda, naked, all of his bones destroyed, permanent lung damage, but he wasn't broken. Crawling back to his ship, he was able to claim victory, as other Krogan helped him on board and brought him back up to speed. Upon his return to Tuchanka, every Krogan of every clan bowed down to this man, for he had done the impossible. He survived Krubin. To this day, Krogans still try to replicate this legendary feat of living on the planet for even a few seconds, but none can. All of the other Krogan perish before they even touch the ground. As for Shath Norda, he became the ultimate badass. Every female on Tuchanka was asking for his genetics. Not joking. He could literally slap your wife's ass and she would accept his dick right in front of you, and you would have to thank him for impregnating your wife, because he is the strongest Krogan with the best genes in the entire Krogan population. Truly a Chad. I aspire to be this man. Break every bone in my body, suffer permanent damage to my organs, and then be given the right to fuck any woman that I wanted, as they all wanted my babies. Truly a man's dream. Besides that, see you later.